Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I want to make a video because I've been getting a lot of negative comments. And while I appreciate everybody to come over here and subscribe or like the videos, or if you don't like the videos, I don't make these videos for you guys. I make these videos in case something happens for documentation, okay? Because a lot of times, especially with our people, they don't really care about us until something major happens and then they can go arrest somebody, like if someone passes away, okay? So I'm just doing this for documentation purposes. I've already reached out to a lot of agencies. I'm just a person on the internet, so I could be easily disregarded, okay? If the family of the children don't say anything, then who am I? You know what I'm saying? So yes, somebody keeps asking me, have I reached out to, um, local agencies in Nevada, to let them be aware of the situation? I have multiple times, okay? So it's only so much a person that doesn't know them personally can do. I'm just going off of videos like you guys, and I'm just a super observant person. So I picked up that abuse and neglect and everything that he was doing towards his children that a lot of people may not been aware of. Because I'll be honest with y'all, a lot of y'all don't care about kids. Y'all only care about royalty and CJ. And yes, if you are allowing your kids to be abused by the other parent, you are just as complicit. People keep coming over here saying, oh, it's not her, it's him. Like, I'm going to put up pictures of Cordelia. You cannot be this skinny unless both parents are giving you poor nutrition. If one parent is feeding the child properly and then the other parent is not, that still can get counteracted with the parent that is still feeding the child normally. That's one. It would take two parents to not feed the child a nutritious diet in order for them to look malnourished, not just one. If she was giving them 3 meals a day and snacks and they were eating nutritious meals, she wouldn't look the way she looked. She would not be she wouldn't be failing to thrive, which meaning even the father said out of his own mouth, this is not me making this up, that she pretty much has stopped growing. And that's why her brother was able to get on bigger rides and she was not. Okay? It's like because y'all don't pay attention and y'all might be uneducated when it comes to nutrition. Y'all look at stuff and y'all are not alarmed. Okay? But when you're feeding a child that's already very low weight, things like oatmeal has things in it. I think it's fiber soluble, so it has a lot of fibers and stuff that make a child feel full, and that's why in a lot of abuse cases, a lot of people used oatmeal. Okay, and I can break down oatmeal. To me, oatmeal is a poor man's meal. Me and my family never used oatmeal. We literally used to play in it and put it on our faces for like oatmeal mask and stuff like that. If somebody was having like a skin irritation, you can make people oatmeal baths. But we never really ate that as a real meal. That would just be something that we would have in our cabinets. So to see a child being fed that, like that's a real meal, when that's absolutely crazy. Because a lot of times, if y'all know anything about bodybuilders, they use oatmeal to keep lean muscle. Yes, oatmeal is packed with, it's called soluble fibers. So it gives you a premature feeling of being full. So that's definitely dangerous for a child who's already low weight to get something that makes you feel full. That is also not calorie dense. So oatmeal is a very low calorie meal. A lot of people use oatmeal when they're trying to lose weight or keep lean muscle, like a lot of bodybuilders. So that's why it's actually diabolical to give a low weight child oatmeal. That's why a lot of people who abuse children, they purposely give oatmeal to their kids. That's why in a lot of them abuse cases, they gave the kids oatmeal. Now, these are people that wanted to starve kids or people that didn't want to put money into feeding the kids. So oatmeal is one of the cheapest things you can buy. Okay, and that's why in a lot of abuse cases, you will see kids eating oatmeal because it makes them feel full. Even though it's not doing anything for them nutrition-wise, they'll be full for a while and then the parent don't got to worry about cooking them some food or something like that. That's all that is. He's using that. So, but let's say, hopefully on the extreme, he's not trying to kill his kids for life insurance, okay? Let's just say he's just a bad parent, right? to keep giving your kids that when he knows, he sat up there and said in that amusement park, the indoor amusement park, they had said, what can I do to grow? He said to eat protein. I think he might have said something about vegetables, and he said something about that the reason why the brother is bigger than her because he eats everything I tell him to eat. Now, if that's true, that shows that he has an understanding that she needs to be eating protein and other things in her diet to make her grow. But he's still, after that, choosing just to give her oatmeal. So this is intentional neglect, intentional starvation. Okay, that's what y'all don't understand. And for her mother to be seeing these video clips, I'm pretty sure she has some level of awareness of what's going on. And for her to still be sending those kids over there, she is just as complicit as him. And by the way she looks, they both have to be feeding her a poor diet. And little man he's barely doing much better than her, but he is bigger. But he doesn't look 1,000% healthy. Little CJ does not look like he's being loved or taken care of that well either. Both of these poor babies look neglected and unloved. If you go look at videos of them when they was younger, those kids did look well taken care of to a degree, and it looked like their mom cared for them. The kids looked clean. Now these poor babies look dusty and they look unloved. They look like both parents have checked out on them. Okay, it looks like these people are trying to kill these babies off. Now, y'all could be like, okay, that sounds extreme. The reason why I keep saying this is because he carries life insurance on these kids that he has at the same time not feeding properly. So yes, he has a financial incentive to starve his children and neglect them. Maybe they all do. Okay, because we saw both parents claim to have money struggles and people having unstable housing, over these past couple of years. So all these people involved have a financial incentive for kids to pass away. Okay, because these are two people who don't want to work regular jobs and they want to live untraditional lives, which that's fine, but not at the cost of children. Okay. And all these people that hang around constantly, they all have a financial incentive. These hanger on, these parasite ass people, Lexi, Robin, Ace, these people are not around for no reason. This man doesn't even really do content to the degree that he did, years ago. So why are these people hanging around? What are they waiting for? That's what concerns me. You know what I'm saying? And for the fact that none of these people seem to have real ways that they make money, and they all seem just very parasitic, it just, I don't know. And that's who's hanging around those kids. It's just a sad situation. If you know anything about, like, even with the kingpins, and somebody in the sector that love to talk about the kingpins, but everything was good. They used to let these people do whatever they wanted to do when it came to drug dealing to their own people. But as soon as the body dropped, then that's when they will come in and take that kingpin down. And that's all that's going on in this situation. They may let them do all this stuff. They may even let them, go through with the whole process. But as soon as somebody passes away, people are going to be hit with conspiracy charges, and they're going to be hit with capital murder because this was premeditated. Okay, Nevada got some serious laws. I do believe he has some connections, like he knows a billionaire guy. But if he was connected up like that, he wouldn't have had to go to a shady ass hospital to get her care, okay? Or some shady medical facility to get her care. He could have just walked straight into a hospital. So obviously he's not connected up like that. So, it's only a matter of time. And the only reason why I make these videos is to discourage him from doing something, saying like, hey, a person out in this world that knows what you're doing, and you're not going to get away with it. And I'm making sure that my videos exist. So in case something happens and they start doing an investigation, first place they're going to go is online, and they're going to see my videos, and they're going to be like, hey, somebody else saw what he was trying to do, and I'm going to kind of like have the pieces put together for their investigation, okay? So there you be. You don't know why I'm doing it, that's why I'm doing it. And, you know, people got to understand, I am not here for you guys. I don't get paid to do this shit. I'm doing this because somebody got to care about them kids if nobody else do it. That whole family of them twins don't care about them, and they going to continue to let, first of all, how to let children go to a place where with a man who sexually abused a child in your family already, and y'all let those kids go over to his house every other week. That whole family should be ashamed of themselves. That whole fucking royalty's whole family should be ashamed of themselves. That whole family. And what's crazy, they never came out and said he didn't do what he did to Jalea. So for y'all to continue to let them kids go over there every other week is diabolical. Diabolical. We all know he did do that shit. That man is a PDF file. And for people, that whole family, to continue to let that man have them children in his possession when he done enough unlawful shit. Like, do y'all understand that him just bringing all them people around, them kids, all them girlfriends he had, you can't do stuff like that. If she wanted to press the issue, she could have took him to court for all them people that he had around her kids. That's reckless endangerment. A person that would literally bring a new person around their kid every other week, she could have got them kids taken out of his care. And a lot of times, to me, he was doing shit to me to make me believe he didn't want those children. But the mom, like I said, they playing this game of chicken. She didn't really want the kids all to herself. She didn't want to be a single parent. So she was going to make him be a parent. She was like, okay, you fought me in court for these kids. You're going to take care of them too, whether you want to or not, whether you're a sicko or not. And that's what it looks like. And it's like people are more concerned about themselves and their well-being and their mental peace, and not these children's well-being or their mental peace. I mean, he was literally bringing a new woman around the kids every other week. And she allowed that to happen. You know, I don't believe for 1 minute that if she was actually reporting him to the powers that be, them kids would still be able to go over there every other week. And for all we know, we don't really know what's going on, because he could be showing old footage, but I'm assuming that he still gets his kids. And if he do, like I said, that whole family should be ashamed of themselves for allowing these kids to continue to go over there. And if God forbid something happens to them kids, people definitely should get hit with capital murder charges for premeditation. Period. And all them people that was around associated with that man should get hit with conspiracy charges, because they all were involved. With that being said, I'm out.